Welcome to my video. The Alola region, right? That was great region. They just did stuff that like no other region did. And one of those things that they did so uniquely and different from everything else were their, like, I guess, mythical Pokemon. I don't know if they're mythicals or legendaries, but we're talking about Ultra Beast, right? I've always wondered this, right? What if Ultra Beast were normal Pokemon? Because they're so weird, right? So, this is the start of my little art challenge. UBnormal is what I'm gonna call it that. I'm going to be drawing all the Ultra Beasts as normal Pokemon. But there's the question of how do I do this challenge? How do I take this on? In like X and Y, they release, Carbink and Deontay. And in that one, Deontay is a legendary. She's like a legendary, mythical, whatever, I don't remember. And it's like she's the queen of all the Carbinks. But Carbink doesn't evolve into Deontay. And Deontay doesn't evolve from Carbink. So even though they're obviously connected, they have no physical bridge. What if all these Ultra Beasts just show up, right? They spread around the globe, because like Kartana can fly, first off, crazy, and it could fly like light speed or something, I guess, because they're so light. But hold on, I need to recover. Let's say they didn't get sent away back to their home dimension. They invade Earth, but somehow they strike a balance, right? Maybe, the actual Ultra Beast itself, there's probably only like one or two of them in, still naturally in their natural state. But I like the idea that, these are connected to Ultra Beasts, but not Ultra Beasts themselves, because it allows for way more variation. Variation in their design, in their concept, in their behavior. Maybe they do the same thing as the Ultra Beast and that's why they're connected. Or maybe they do the opposite of the Ultra Beast. And we will be starting with two Ultra Beasts, Celesteela and Kartana. Celesteela is based on Kaguya, the like moon spirit. She was born on Earth from a bamboo plant and then raised by humans, where she then went off into space and then returned back to the moon where she belongs, right? Celesteela, just like Kaguya, had to leave and go back to space, but she left behind offspring. If she's the mothership, she could engineer terrestrial children. They can't fly, they can't evolve. They're just made to blend in with the Earth life. They are trying to understand the life on Earth, and then they will tell that back to Celesteela whenever she plans her return. Kind of based on that whole alien trope of, sending in like, sending in smaller ships to go investigate the planet in time for like conquering it. And they're pretty cute. I like them. This might be my favorite one so far. Terrabu, a steel and grass type, the terrestrial Pokemon. This strange bamboo-like Pokemon has appeared widespread around multiple different regions. They tend to stand perfectly still and survey the area. The moment they see another Pokemon, they run over and attempt to play with them. Afterwards, they seem rather disappointed before standing still once again, almost as if they have failed some sort of job. So yeah, all these Ultra Beasts, or normalized Ultra Beasts, are based on different alien tropes.
Specifically, Teraboo is based on the whole trope of aliens sending down surveillance. So that's why their whole thing is just watching and staring. Plus, on top of that, they're known as the terrestrial Pokemon because even though, literally pretty much every Pokemon is a terrestrial Pokemon, they live on Earth. So they're terrestrial, but they're aliens. So they're extraterrestrials. They're extraterrestrials that are now terrestrial. So the terrestrial Pokemon. I find that funny.
This one isn't directly related to Kartana. This is like essentially like a student of Kartana, right? My whole idea was, what if an Earth plant tried to act as sharp as Kartana? It tried to like copy its moves into like a form of martial arts.
Floa, a grass and fighting type. The Purity Pokemon. This Pokemon is well known for copying others. It trains all its life to evolve, but it only does so once its leaves are as sharp as blades and flows like ribbons. They manage this by extreme amounts of training. Floa, big surprise, also based on an alien trope. Even though it itself isn't an alien, it's a normal plant. It's based on the whole, trope or theory. Like, the trope where aliens come to a planet, they leave behind advanced technologies, and the natural life of that planet kind of rebuild the technology and become way more advanced by copying what the aliens left behind. If you haven't heard, that type of trope, you're lying, because that whole theory that the pyramids were made by aliens, that's basically that trope. That's exactly what Floa does. It copies the style of Kartana, but because it doesn't have the exact, the alien body plan to do the same moves as Kartana. Like, it can't even float, so how would it copy its style perfectly? So instead of copying it perfectly, it interprets its moves into a fighting style. That's the best thing it could have done.
Last but not least, we have this one. I haven't thought of names for them yet. Basically, this is also a redraw, don't worry. All these drawings, I made all 3 of these way back when. So this is the evolved form of the last one. And, what if it became the sensei, right? This is the Pokemon who learned from Kartana. It trained under him, and it trains its pre-evolutions to be just like it. Their bodies have become more paper-like, more thin, right? And they're happy, they're cheery, they're excited to teach their pre-evolution how to evolve into them, so they can go on and teach more plants to the ways of Kartana, the ways of sharpness. Kartana's rigid, samurai lifestyle has rubbed off on these plants.
A grass and fighting type. The evolved form of Floa, the confidence Pokemon. Florati trains deep in the woods with others of its kind. It seemingly develops its sword-like fighting style from some unknown Pokemon. This Pokemon is willing to teach its fighting style to anyone who approaches. Okay, so yes, where Floa, copies the style of Kartana, and makes, copies their style, Florati completely makes their own style, just their own unique style. And I know their name is Florati, but their style of martial arts is not karate. It's like a unique style to them. It's, I don't know, maybe it's similar to karate. I don't really know all the different fighting styles. I kind of just chose karate because it went with flower, florati. Yeah. But maybe it's probably karate like, where they use like cutting motions and stuff, like a knife cutting through the air.
So that's it. I will be doing the next two Ultra Beasts that I will be doing most likely will be Blacephalon and Circuitry. So I'll be working on those designs.
Like the video, hit subscribe maybe. I'll be doing more Pokemon drawings like this. And not all of them will be Ultra Beasts, some will be just like other stuff, I got a lot of ideas, so please subscribe.